also, screw you for saying.
And also, welcome to the 170th hour of Adventures Watching.
Woo! Yeah! 4 more years!
That is not a chant I thought I was going to hear. Right. Just a few things before we get started. First thing is that this performance, like all our performance, is a relaxed performance. This is a relaxed performance. What that means is that the lighting state will say exactly like this. We have been experiencing some issues with the hotel lights, but we have these two cans on, so if the hotel lights go off, we will not be in full darkness. You will still be able to see. Do not worry. There also won't be any some loud noises, but there will be music for atmospheric purposes. And we have a relaxed attitude towards sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of those who are unable to sit still or stay quiet for a full hour. On that note, if you feel like you need to take a break at any point, you can use the doors at the back and the seating area just to the right. You're free to use that at any point during the hour if you need to take a break, and you will be welcome back in at any point in the hour if you decide to do so. I'm Naomi, I'm the stage manager for today. If you need anything, I'll be right over there. Give me a wave or come over and I will see if I can help you. I also have hearing lead headsets available should you need them. Other than that, I'm going to pass over to Leo, who's our GM for today.
Hello! Yep, don't make me do that again. My name's Mr. West, and I'm going to be your GM for this last hour of today. Crazy combat is going on. We'll get to that in a moment. Firstly, just in case you don't know, this is a role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game called Adventurers Wanted. What that means is that the 4 people on my left and right here all control individual characters in a fantasy setting, and I control the fantasy setting. The enemies that they make, the allies that they befriend, and the seas that they flood other ships with, as the case may be. And we mediate between us using dice, which you're going to see a lot of in this next hour. There'll be a lot of dice. Just to give you a quick overview, each of the players' characters are members of the crew of the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel which on their last official journey summoned an ancient dead god, and in trying to get away cast a teleportation spell that they were not in control of, which sent them into a brand new reality, and they have been adventuring across this new world, Havmar, trying to recreate the spell so they could get home. Without wanting to do the full spiel over all of the names and everything, like I did last hour, what happened in the last little arc is that some peace talks went bad because of a terrorist attack, and now the short version, and now the Spirit is chasing down the people they think maybe did the terrorist attack, although one of the people who seems to be capitulating says that it wasn't them, but they're still bad guys anyway, so a big combat's going on and everything is very chaotic. We find the captain and much of his crew in battle with the captain of the Dusk Spear and her 2 giants in the middle of this massive chaotic melee. And last we left her, Relora, whom I mentioned because we were going to her first. Be thinking.
Okay. Oh,
I'm sure you have. Was an octopus on the bottom of the ship trying to beat it in with her tentacles. It wasn't going very well. But before we jump back in, let's meet our players and their characters. Starting my right here, give me your name, your character's name, and a little bit about how they're feeling right now.
My name is, in real life, Neil. My name in this life is Nigella. I am a human fighter, and I am the quartermaster's assistant on the ship. At the moment, I have been mesmerised by an image of Alistair, who is shooting a moment, and then woken up sharply by a sharp thing to my face. But basically I am sort of fully angry, flustered, and very confused as to what was happening earlier. And I am just trying to damage this giant ice queen type thing. Am I correct?
It's a Katafu, so it's this troll-like creature, but she's definitely using a weapon that is ice enchanted.
Yeah. I'm trying to protect the captain, and because I don't want the captain dead. I don't want any of my friends dead. So,
we'll see.
I'm Johnny. I'm playing Alistair Vondercont. I am a dwarven bard and the ship's scribe. Alistair is trying desperately to keep a promise he made to Relora, his commander, But he's just not very good.
Oh, buddy.
But he's trying his best. Oh, bless you, Alistair.
This will be you.
Oh, right. I'm Emily, but I'll be playing Peanut, who's a halfling rogue. She was pretty happy until the peace talks went bad, so she said, and everybody's dying, and something hit her really, really hard, so she tried to hit it back.
Which is fair, I think.
I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora, who is the commander of the ship, who is dealing with a lot of rage issues. And it seems like she might have a chance to work through those.
Barbarian multi-class in her future.
It's been suggested.
Okay, well, if we bring the music back up, please, Naomi. Relora, we find you on the bottom of the ship as an octopus.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I've not been having any luck with actually trying to like grip and
No,
tear
but
it
you did
apart.
see a fireball go off inside the hull, just around the corner from where you're at, and a small hole does open in the
Can I
side of
get
the
through
ship.
that hole as an octopus?
Do you know what? From the videos I've seen from octopuses, yes, you can.
Okay, in that case, I get through the hole as an octopus. What can I see in there?
So as you into the hole and find yourself sitting in a pool of slightly rising water,
Yep.
you notice 3 cold strike warriors, great axes in hand, desperately trying to use cloth and pillows to block up the hole that you came in through. But they're not doing very well because the sheer pressure of the sea coming in pushed you through. And as you come past them, they're like, ah!
As in, do they want to try? Are they trying to attack me, or are they just shocked at the octopus?
Both.
How far with
A
my
shocktopus, as you can say.
with my movement? How far can I move through the room? Can I say get kind of a little bit behind them, or am I just at the hole?
That's it. Yeah, you used your movement getting in here.
Okay. In that case, risky. I drop polymorph
Okay.
whilst I'm there.
Okay. Cool. That's a free action to drop something, isn't
Oh,
it?
is it a free action to drop polymorph?
I believe so.
Okay, and then I say, "Help me! I'm here to help Iceblade."
Roll a deception check. You
Okay.
sneaky lady.
Please, please. I have such a good modifier. That would be a 27.
And I rolled a 2, an 8, and an 11. So, and they look at you with a moment of confusion and go, "She's up on deck! Go up on deck!" And they go back to just pushing the put pillows and bedding into this hole.
You just seem good exercises.
Yeah, they're doing calisthenics in the hold. Cool. That's your turn.
All I'm doing.
That's your turn. The Dusk Spear gets to attack the spirit. Does it? It's rolling terribly. Oh, it's two hits. 2 hits. So the Dusk. Cool. Which brings us to Alistair. Alistair, it's your turn.
Can I go to the giant that isn't charmed
Yes.
and cast suggestion on it?
Sure. What would you like to suggest?
I'd like to
As you
suggest
reach out your hand onto this giant's shin.
that it jump overboard and just keep swimming.
I rolled a 7. Oh, yeah, no, you're actually against me, so I get advantage on this, because you're in combat against me. Thank you for reminding me, Chris. I rolled a 5. So the giant just looks at you, and you see a glaze go over his eyes, and he just sprints off the side of the ship, swan dives into the water, and starts to swim. Golan comes in with attacks against Iceblade, rolling 3 15s. So that's not bad. Yep, the 315s are what it was. After his attack bonus, they'll all hit. So he does a significant chunk of damage. Cool. And now it's Iceblade. She is going to try and save against hold person from Keith, right?
Yeah.
Hold monster from Keith. I'm losing where we're at. I just rolled a 15. Thank you. So with her +1, that releases her from the spell, and she stands there panting, her rage having dropped at this point, and goes, "You are too late. I'm dropping him from the mast." And Alistair, as you look up, you see what I described at the end of last hour, which was the Komodo you came here to rescue, tied up, swinging from the crow's nest as a Katafu in the crow's nest soars away at the rope. Yeah, that's that. Nigella, it's your turn. Oh, Nigella, you see that as well, obviously, you're there.
Yeah, what way do I have to potentially get up there?
It's 150 feet. And
Could I run it?
just straight vertical.
Yep.
No. Your climbing speed would be half your movement. So double your movement is if you were using all your movement to do it, which would be double your
I wouldn't be able to
movement.
do anything when I go up there then.
Yeah, you'd be moving at 30 feet a turn, so it would take you 4 turns to get up there. 4 and a bit.
There's one giant left.
Yep.
Isn't there?
And that one is looking into the middle distance as the lights from Alistair dance around it.
Is only injury that would knock it out of that?
I believe so. It gets to save, but it hasn't got a turn yet.
I'm gonna chance it just to get. Will I get an advantage if I climbed on it to shoot at the person soaring?
You'd only be 25 feet higher, and the target's 150 feet away.
So no difference.
So I would say no difference.
Okay, in which
Sorry,
case
dude.
no, that's fine, because that makes it safer for me. So I will just shoot my crossbow at the being who's trying to cut him down.
Sure, absolutely. What's your range on your crossbow?
Don't know. That's
80, 320, I think it is. So you'll be rolling at disadvantage for this attack.
So would I be not at disadvantage if I climbed?
You'd have to get within 80 feet. So yes, actually, you would still be at disadvantage because it'd be 125 feet away.
I'll try. And I'd get 3 shots, right?
You get
Or
2 shots because your second shot is to reload.
Yeah, first one was only.
Don't forget, it's
18.
a +2 crossbow. 18 would hit.
Okay.
Sure.
And the second one would be 24.
That'd hit as well.
Okay. Yeah. And that now doing damage. 12
Yep.
and 8.
Cool. You're pretty confident in your abilities, and you aim up, release this crossbow bolt, and you do really well, striking this Katafu in the shoulder twice, and the grouping is good. But unfortunately, Katafu are pretty hardy creatures, and it just growls back at you from 150 feet away and continues to soar through this
Can
rope.
I see that as well?
Roll a perception check.
No, 2.
No, you can't. No.
It's like wastes its time.
You can't even see if you hit or not. Forget what I said about the grouping. You feel like the grouping might be good.
Just a sense.
At this point, the Katafu that you guys met way back 3 hours ago, it feels like forever, the Katafu who is Iceblade's son, comes on deck and lands, and the 3 of you see him say, "Mother, it is not worth it!" And she spits at him and goes, "Traitor!" And that's where we're going to do that. We'll just see. Oh, that's cocked. He rolls fairly well for his persuasion roll. Hang on 1 second. His charisma is +0. Don't worry, everybody. It's fine. Persuasion is not in his proficiencies. That's not happening. He rolled an 18, but I don't think an 18's enough. That brings us to the warriors. So, slicey from the rope. So the one right. Let me construct coherent sentences. So the one that's up in the crow's nest continues to soar away at the rope. And as I described earlier, the warriors down below, thanks to your brilliant deception check, they don't attack you. There we go. At this point, one giant gets to save against suggestion. He rolls an 18. So you just see sploosh, and he gets to save every 6 seconds. So sploosh, he's over the side, and then you hear hey! And he turns at the end of his turn. So he's continued to swim, and then swim. He's continued to swim about 30 feet, and then he's gone hey! And then starts heading back to the ship. The other giant gets to save against hypnotic images. What's your DC?
16.
Does not save. Combat bards. Everyone else is what I've got written here. So just... Yeah, exactly. Just around you, the combat is getting more and more intense. As the spirit's shots go off again, but this time you feel like they're not as impactful as they have been in the last couple of rounds. Cool. Which brings us to Peanut. Sorry, to Peanut, of course.
Alright. Okay, so she do the hide thing again? And
Yeah,
then-
sure.
Okay.
There's a giant there that's not moving. You can definitely hide.
Yeah. That's not the ones. That's the 21 still.
The reliable talent.
That one, yeah.
Reliable talent. So 21.
I'm gonna hide, then duck back out, so I get sneak attack, and attack with a...
14?
No, that's not how numbers.
Oh,
16.
yeah, 16.
16 would hit. 16 would hit, yeah.
Okay, great.
Do your maths.
Yeah.
Is this your short bow or your rapier again? Right, okay, cool. Relora, you're on deck for when this is... You're on deck for when this is...
Okay.
We're coming to you next.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm just going to roll for the Dusk Spear's Ballistae. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this was a good roll. 5, 6, 7, and a critical.
Oh.
So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times, and then 45. That's a lot of damage. So you hear the ballistae go off, but they just chip the side of the Spirit of the Horizon because that Katafu reinforcement that you got in the last couple of adventures really thickened the hull and made it into a war vessel. Give us your numbers. 29.
She's not reading it, right?
Cool. Anything else, Peanut, before we throw her over to Relora? No? Okay. You come in behind Iceblade again and just keep stabbing that one calf. Why won't you die? Relora, it's your turn.
So I'm in the room with those three guys, yes?
You are.
And you
They're paying no attention to you.
Yeah, you mentioned the hull's like really war hardened or something.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's pretty damaged.
She's gonna polymorph. She's gonna mutter under her breath, even though she knows it's the wrong day. She's just so angry. She mutters under her breath, "Happy fucking birthday," and polymorphs into a T-Rex. Hoping.
So a T-Rex is a huge creature, yes? Not a
Yeah,
large one.
she's gonna break the ship from the inside. She's gonna.
Can you roll a strength check for me, please, as a T-Rex?
As a T-Rex, okay.
I presume you have the stats ready. I know.
Oh, Jesus!
What did you roll?
I rolled an 11, and 8 of that is my stat.
I rolled a 2. So as you polymorph into this huge, sort of 60-foot long, 12-foot high creature, your head just through the ceiling of the room you were in, and you find your head in another room.
Yeah.
Your legs are still in the barracks that you were in, but your head is in this storeroom up above. What would you like to do? Oh, that was your action. Polymorph.
Well, the idea is that with my movement, like, I'm
Just gonna. Okay,
moving
cool.
as much as possible to break primarily the hull.
Roll another strength check for me.
Come on, be better. 2 better. So that would be 13.
That was the DC for this one. So as you charge through, well, not really with your arms, as you charge through in the deck, you're just taking out wall after wall after wall after wall as you move, I think, 50 feet through the hull here, sideways. I ran T-Rexes the other day. I've got the stats in my head. So, yeah, those
getting
ones
a lot
had
of use out
teleport,
of it.
but
Yeah.
you're doing a lot of damage to the interior of the ship.
Because she emerged in a room that was next to the hull,
Yeah.
the idea is that if she is running, then it's like along the hull so that her shoulders.
No, I get it, but that's not really how that works.
Okay.
Because you'd have to make like a concerted attack against the hull. But you're doing a hell of a lot of damage to the interior of the ship, and you've certainly got the attention of those guards again.
Fine.
For the stream, we're just getting chance of give the people what they want from the crowd here. Eat the giant, eat the giant. Alistair, it's your turn. For God's sake, do something sensible, like blow your head up.
Do I feel a shaking?
Roll a perception check. It's a big ship.
Natural 20.
Yes, you do. From down below the hull, you just hear a sort of splintering noise, and you hear a distant. Would you like to do as you roar?
No, I don't know.
You hear a distant.
Hello, that sounds like a T-Rex.
It's legit. He spent time on the Dinosaur Island.
Please say me you're thinking, oh, they transported a T-Rex too.
I am going to suggest again. Actually, no. I'm going to make a dance, and I want to do it so much. I'm going to make Ice Bitch dance.
10. So, describe to me how this spell's working.
I say to her,
Hoakan. Oh, sorry, Hawakan. Khan. I saw what you did there, Hislop.
Lady Iceblade, I always find that I'm in much more of a peaceful mood after a good dance. And I bring out my ocarina and I do, I think, Final Countdown.
And no. Come on, guys. I don't know. Does that fall under parody? So anyway, as you do that, she begins tapping out what the rules specifically say is a comic dance. And her legs are completely uncontrollable as she starts moving around. She looks furious at you. She looks absolutely livid. She can still attack, but at disadvantage. That's what I needed to know.
And I will give some inspiration to Nigella.
Oh, go on. How do you do
I
that?
will say, Nigella, I'm such a nice fella. I've written you your very own verse. I seek to assist with your stab and twist and make the damage you deal much worse.
Nice. He's very good. Very good.
Thank you, my fans. Fan, singular.
At this point, Golan laughs through his frenzied rage at her dance and goes, "You can't dance if I break your legs." Two hits coming into this woman.
Would he have been pissed off that he'd been successful just because he doesn't like?
I think Golan's just like.
Yeah, Golan has a one-track mind at this point. And at that, I don't know who she's more angry at, Golan or you. She's certainly going to attack Golan once and you once, but who gets the third attack? Shall we roll for it?
Can I persuade her to hit Golan?
Oh, your commander gave you an instruction.
Self-preservation.
How would you do that?
I'd say, don't hit me, I'm so small.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Because of that, she's going to hit you the second time. So these are the two attacks coming in at you for a 26 and a 31. No, because they're reckless. It's a straight roll. As she goes into a new frenzied rage, she is now... sorry? Oh, because she's raging. Yeah, the dancing does stop. Because she can't be charmed while she's dancing, and it's technically a charm. She's very angry, though.
Oh.
Cool. So those both hit you, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
So that is 3D. So you get 8 plus 12 is 20 slashing damage, and 1 cold damage. And the second attack is 20 again, slashing damage, and I'm not even writing this, 1 cold damage. And the one attack on Golan is a 31, so that'll hit. Doing, so it's a 19, 21 damage. So, but the 19 is halved to 8. So he is now on. Golan is looking rough. He's on fewer than 30 hit points, if we're going to put a number on it. Cool. Nigella, it's your turn. You see this as Alistair so loquaciously put it, ice bitch, start to dance a comic dance, and then her face grows red with anger, and she just wails on Alistair with 2 hits, and then takes 1 for Golan.
How injured are you?
I am not very well.
Okay.
God, you're not.
Who's the worst of the two of them that I can visibly see as the worst?
Roll a perception check. Actually, yeah, roll a perception check.
16.
Golan is mathematically worse,
Okay.
but there's 4 hit points in it.
Right. Because he's worst, I am going to try and stand between him and her and attack her
Okay, cool.
to give some protection.
Roll your attacks.
And a blade again, obviously.
Okay. They don't have advantage.
Actually, oh shit. No, my authority would be still with the guy in thing. So I'm sorry, I apologise.
Yeah, you forgot about him.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to keep quiet.
So your crossbow is empty at the beginning of this round, which means you're only going to get 1 shot off because it's reload, fire, reload. Just so you're aware.
I got a 27.
At disadvantage?
I got a 19.
Hits. Still hits.
And I have advantage. I got 20.
20 damage?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had inspiration.
Oh, okay, cool. Why not? Yeah, you take this shot. That. You might save him. We'll see. I really didn't think you were going to do that, but sure. We'll see. That's going to be a clutch, though. It's going to be real close. At this point, this man, is going to. He is going to cast Stone Skin on Captain Golan. So, Sahel runs up to Captain Golan, puts his hand on his chest, and suddenly Golan's skin cobbles over like the floor of a road back home, and it looks like he looks impenetrable. That said, you have seen her make some incredible hits this game. So we'll see. Peanut, did I skip you again? No, I didn't, did I? Did I?
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
Peanut
It's
did
just
some
the rounds are
stuff
so
before I
long.
ran around.
Yeah, the rounds are just so long. So up, the guy up in the crow's nest gets 2/3 of the way through this rope. Yep.
So I need to kill
The
him.
guy's downstairs. You need to kill him this round. Yeah. He has 27 health left, and you've got 2
Fine.
shots. So the T-Rex is going to get harassed by multiple warriors.
Fine.
It doesn't care. It's a T-Rex.
I mean, AC is
22, 17, and 18.
terrible. Those all hit. I have terrible AC.
Okay, each of them do, let's say 16, just to take the averages. So 16 times 3 is 48. So you take 48 damage. As these warriors just come in from all over, and this massive T-Rex with battle axes swinging. Great axes, I should say. Everyone else. Hey, guess what, guys? The battle's still going. Can you hold that in your theatre of imagination?
Does everyone else also include like some people not involved in the battle, like a guy eating a sandwich somewhere? Just oblivious to what's happening.
Way back on the island. There's just one guy with a brush swooping up the dust. Okay, cool. Cheers, and we need to. Whoa. Okay, Peanut, it's your turn.
Same thing, I suppose. Actually, would I see the guy when I see this one?
Roll a perception
Okay.
check. I mean, actually, you don't need to roll a perception check. They've called attention to it.
Okay.
You can see what's going on.
Can I?
Ooh. It would be at disadvantage again,
Oh yeah. Let's not do that.
because the
I
range
might
is
hit something
far.
better
But you
anyway.
would get sneak attack. So that would put it on advantage, so it'd be a straight roll.
Oh gosh. Okay, that might be worthwhile then. See if I can. Yeah. That would be great.
Okay, cool. As Peanut readies herself for the longest shot of her career, really pulling the bow. Oh, for heaven's sake. Really pulling the bow tense. What did you roll?
That's a 9, right? Yeah. So 9 plus 8 is 7.
Hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage. Alistair, we come to you next. Oh, sorry, Relora, we come to you next. Sorry, yes. My bad.
Do you want to know what I'm doing?
Yes.
Basically, now I don't know if this is just like one attack that she can do. She wants to body slam into the hull. She wants to try and break the hull with her strength and her bulk.
We'll call that your tail attack.
Okay.
So use the stats for tail twice. What did you get?
Wait. 26.
You got 26.
Yes. 1 minute health.
He is on 66 out of 67 damage.
You said tail attack twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is a 28,
That'll hit.
and the second one is a critical success.
Roll up all your damage. Tell me what you do.
Okay. I will.
As Peanut releases this arrow and it flies up and catches the Katafu in the neck, and the Katafu starts bleeding all over the side. It's already got 3 crossbow bolts in it.
Nicely clenched together.
Oh yeah, the grouping's excellent. Nigella's a professional, please. Alistair, we'll come to you in a moment, so be ready for me. Meanwhile, if you...
Sorry, that's 6, so that's 14, so that's 28, so that is 40, that's 52, and that's 59 damage.
59 damage. Okay, yeah, you definitely break a hole in the side of the ship, and a second hole opens up. This time it's T-Rex sized,
Yeah.
and not tuna sized. And you suddenly get with water. Can I get a strength check, please?
Yes.
I'm also going to get a strength check from all of the Katafu.
25.
25.
Yeah.
So as 2 of the Katafu, you just hear Wilhelm screams as they're carried off. As they're carried off to the next room, one of the Katafu stares you down. You manage to stand your ground as as the water rages around you. Alistair, what we doing, man?
So, barbarians, when they're raging,
Yes.
they don't really respond well to charm or illusion stuff.
Afraid not, mate. That's one of the benefits of raging.
I'm going to cast Hold Monster on her again.
How does Alistair's hold monster manifest?
I do it like a mime. Like just the classic sort of, trying to bewilder her. And then she can't move after that.
And she looks at you, and through the rage in her eyes, you could see a moment of confusion in her eyes, and her body holds up again, and she just gets even angrier as this is the second time this has happened to her in less than 30 seconds. She's like, and you can see the veins in her neck start to pop.
Can I boot her on the nose as well?
Roll a performance check for enrage.
Fail.
You go to boop her on the nose, and you don't have time, because Golan comes out of nowhere and baseball swings her head, scoring a critical success.
Whoa!
She now has to do a constitution save. It's an 8 total. Sorry, Chris. And Golan... And Golan swings in, just screaming, "Ice Blade!" as he does his signature knocking off the head with a blunt object. Now, she's a Katafu, and her neck is pretty thick. He doesn't get all the way there, but it does break. And you hear a sickening as his maul strikes, and she falls backwards to the deck, neck limp, head smashed in, her face broken, all of her eye bones smashed to pieces. She is very dead.
Can I boot her now?
With advantage.
11. Is this performance?
Performance?
Okay, so that would be 21. And that would be a lot. Even more.
A boop that Archer himself would be proud of. Nigella. It's your turn.
So
We've still got a Logrum to
Is
say.
the guy in the... Oh, he's dead, isn't he? That was shooting at. No, he's not dead.
He is nearly dead.
He's nearly dead, but then I need to kill him.
You got 2 more shots.
Okay.
Shot, reload, shot.
first shot is 15. Does that hit?
Hits. So that's it. How would you like to
No,
kill
no, no,
this
no,
guy?
that's my fire.
Yeah, no, I know. He's got 1 health, mate.
Oh, right, okay. Then I would like to shoot him, ideally in the head, so it flicks his head back and he just falls backwards.
Sure, absolutely. And you hear it. Roll a perception check.
Perception is...
Okay, you release your crossbow bolt, and you watch its path, and you can't quite see, and then you count 1, 2, and then the Katafu just falls backwards out of the crow's nest and falls all the way down to the deck and is splattered on the deck as he hits. Thank you very much. This is all coming up, Leo. Okay. At this point, it's Sahel who sinks to his knees and lets out this gut-wrenching cry of, "No!" And then stops, and then breathes, and then goes, "Well, I knew it would happen." Down in the hold, a warrior stares down a T-Rex. Will a 13 hit you?
That's my AC.
9 damage. And at this point, a giant starts climbing up the side of the ship and sort of flips his way onto the ship as the other one critically fails his save against hallucinatory, whatever that was, dancing light thingy. Would you like to respond to this warrior to finish the battle off for us?
Sure. I'm just basically trying to smash up everything that's around me, people or boat.
Okay, sure. And this warrior's just come in and just smashed you, and he's just looking up in your face like, Chance,
I've got the boat.
chance of eat him from the crowd. Give the people what they want.
I mean, to be honest, what T-Rex Relora was going to do was just two more swings of the tail, one which would swing into him, and then one which would swing back into the hull.
Okay,
Is the idea.
okay, cool.
She's a
Literal
T-Rex for now,
booze.
but otherwise it's cannibalism, and that's. Sorry, is that attack rolls? That's a 23,
That hits.
and that's a 22.
Can you roll damage against this guy for me, please?
Okay. That is 25 on him.
How? Okay, your tail comes swooping around, and you just lift him off his feet and throw him into the next room through wood.
Yeah.
And he's just probably not coming back from that.
Yeah.
The second attack hits the hull again, and there's another sickening as more water starts to pour into the side of the boat.
Can I use any
Somebody
movement?
should probably tell Relora the battle is coming to a close. Yes, you can.
Any movement to try and get further up? I don't know whether that's I can't quite picture it, but any movement she can do that's
To go upwards.
yeah, to try and
Yeah,
get
so
further up
so
the deck.
you follow where you push the man through the wall, and it's into this main hold kind of space, and there's some stairs that were definitely built for 6-foot people.
Cool.
Roll a strength check for me. Roll low.
Well, the roll's technically low, but my modifier means it's a 16.
A 16. You put your foot on the stairs, and it just goes through. It's just, and you look up at the steps like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get any higher than this.
I mean, the instinct is just to still try and almost step on rooms. like put my foot through walls and then onto rooms. Rooms as steps, almost.
Listen, T-Rexes are good for lots of things, but climbing is not one of them.
Well then, she's just flailing around in the hole.
She is. Yeah, absolutely. Although she retains her mental faculties, as in a polymath. Can I get some sadder music than this, please, if you've got a moment? I know. Yeah, that's fair enough. At this point, Commander Kor, his great sword bloody and blood all spattered up him, walks over to Sahel and puts his hand on his shoulder. The Katafu are charging in, but Sahel holds up his hand and goes, "No!" And they all stop. And you realise that with Katafu hereditary laws, Sahel is now leader of the Cold Strike clan. And he goes, "My mother was not right in the head in the end. She did many great things for the Cold Strike, but continued violence will doom us all."
Here, here. Sorry.
And there's one Katafu just glares at you. "Stand down, warriors. This day we treat for peace." And there's not a cheer, but there is a... And they all put their weapons away. And Kor, Commander Kor, the war hero / criminal of the war, takes his shoulder and goes, "Sahel, what do they call you?" Sahel looks over and he goes, "I have not yet taken the cloth." "Well, might I suggest that when you do, you consider the name Peacebringer." And he sheathes his sword and walks back to the spirit of the horizon. The three of you witness this. Relora, you're a T-Rex.
I'm still trying to just get my way.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check as a T-Rex.
Acrobatics is what,
Dex.
Dex?
Yes.
14.
It takes a while, but you manage to climb up to the next level. There are two more.
She still thinks the fight's going on.
I know she does.
Can I say to Sahel, earlier, what sounded very much like a T-Rex, was below deck.
And at this point, a bloodied Katafu warrior runs up the stairs. "There's a dinosaur downstairs! Dinosaur downstairs!" "Thought you ought to know." And then just faints. Go on, Peanut, very quickly.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could do an intelligence to know if the dinosaur is Relora or not.
Roll an intelligence check.
I
very
mean, I was
quickly.
doing it as a party trick in front of the whole crew.
I know, but... Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
just
you
thinking
would.
like
Yeah,
that.
you'd know it's her. And Peanut goes down into the hold with Alistair to try and calm this this T-Rex. At which point, you hear Commander Kor turn to some of the crew on the other side of the spirit and say, "You wouldn't mind taking me home, would you? It'd be churlish of you to disagree." Down into the spirit, and as the slowly sinking, but it's not gonna sink because they're gonna, now that the battle is over, their main thing they're gonna do is repair this ship from the inside.
The T-Rex is deeply disappointed.
I'm really sorry about that. You did a great job. And as the Spirit of the Horizon, the crew of the Spirit of the Horizon all return to their ship, I presume, along with Relora.
Well, yeah, once Peanut
Yeah.
and people that she kind of, in a sense, recognises come through, she drops the polymorph. She dimension doors wherever she thinks the captain captain is, so probably just the deck of this ship or something.
Yeah.
She may well not get a conversation with him, but she wants to see that he's alive.
The captain is incredibly bloody, on his last legs, but is alive. Just about.
Yeah, she kind of, because she can move faster, she dashes up ahead, back onto the ship. She takes the 2 potions she's got in her pocket. She's not going to cast Cure Wounds on him. She's not going to interact with him, but she leaves those on his bed.
Okay, cool. And as the captain, without looking at Relora, just necks the potions, and as the spirit turns around and heads back the way they came, leaving Sahel to lick the wounds of the Cold Strike clan, that is where we're going to leave play for today. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Stop. We'll hand back over to Naomi for our obligatory outro.
Thank you guys for going to the 117th hour of Adventures. Glad you enjoyed it after all the tweets. Just a couple of things before we go. We will be here every day of the Edinburgh Fringe up until the 28th of August, apart from the 24th and 25th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you want to play, it's £5 from the box office or the Sleep Venues website. If you want to watch, it's £3 from the box office or the Edinburgh Fringe website. Please do, if you can't come back, we are streaming live on twitch.tv/adventureswanted and live tweeting at adventures250 on Twitter. Tell people about it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, in person, all that good stuff. I'm going to hand over to people who have shows to plug.
I am in a puppet musical called Heartwood. I play a badger. It is on at midday every day, and it is at venue 13. It is about a little girl going through some grief, but it's also really funny. It's not. Yeah.
Anyone else? No?
No? Cool.
Let's get out of here.
Thank you very much for coming. I'm going to ask, we do have to get out of here because Pete are going to be coming in about half an hour, but before we do that, can we have a round of applause for our players?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. You can head out the door at the back. We hope to see you again. If you don't, have a lovely evening. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, I'll be back again.